Hello everybody, and it is calog3no, and we are it's time for another episode of Argrarian Skies 2, and we have got a couple of quests that we can finish. Let's go in here. I want to get my automatic hammer up and running. Um, I'm going to finish off a few other quests like this void box and this workshop table. The workshop table is nice. It's basically a crafting table and a furnace all in one. I do want to get some of my power grid up and running, so I've got everything I need for the sun power. I have never used one of these hand pumps, so I may check into using that. But let's go ahead and get the hammer made first. Oh, also, I have made myself a backpack, 10 by 10 backpack. So I've got everything in here. What I like to do with this is just carry my extra ores, or if I'm getting ready to put together one of the components needed for a quest, I like to kind of keep it all in here. Things I need often, I like to keep in here, and then I can carry them with me. So we're going to make the hammer. So I need an anvil, piston, and let's go ahead and make this piston. Sure, I tell you I have everything and I don't. Let's go grab some wood. Also, before I make that, I did make my Ingius extruder, and what this does is I can make cobble, stone, or obsidian. Cobble doesn't require anything. If I switch this to cobble, it's just, the water's going to stay full, and it's going to use no lava. For stone, you have to use, I believe it's a thousand megabytes MBs of water for every stone. So, and then obsidian is, if this is full, I basically can get 4 obsidians out of there. And I move my aqueous accumulator over here. You notice we've got some of these hostile mobs. I'm in the process of getting all of this filled in with grass. And you can see I got my mossy stone is built up pretty easily with all these. And the other thing I have started is an oreberry farm. So I'm going to eventually make this a little bit larger. Oreberries are nice because they basically can grow your ores. I like to do this setup because that way in between them mobs cannot spawn, because you need a light level of lower than 13 to plant and lower than 10 to grow. So our light level over here is 11, but when we get back here it goes down to 10. So I'll probably have to expand this out. I want to place some right through here. My goal is to get another at least 3 plants in here. So, and also from automatic sieve I have put in a fortune upgrade, and I don't know if I can't do that. I don't know if that doubles my fortune or not. And I just crumbled 64 stone, actually 60, and got 1 iron oreberry bush. But let's go ahead and plant that real quick. Put this bad boy right. Also, if you notice, if you get too close to them, they will give you some spikes damage. And I don't know if people know this or not, but this is effective to help them grow as the watering can. So just get this one grown up. I like to grow tin also because of the fact that most of your machine frames require tin. So I'll let that grow. And what else did I need? We need to make that piston. let's just drop this stuff in here. I think this is everything that I need for the automatic hammer. Oh, I got my redstone. So, while we're doing this, I'm going to get a sip of my morning Joe. Whoops. Always a good way to start your day at my age. If my voice is a little raspy, it's fairly early in the morning. I always make these wrong. There we go. It's fairly early in the morning. As usual, my pets got me up early, and I'm an old man, so you know, getting up early is not a big deal for me. I believe this is how we make it. Let's see. Invar. There we go. So the big advantage to this, obviously, is I really can just throw my cobble from my cobble gen right in here. I'm going to place it right next to this one. Once again, this is not a great engine, but it will do for now. Eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this generator and bring it over here. I'm going to eventually get the other generators done. Power is like one of those things that you have to have once you start automating. So I've also got enough here for the sun power. So let's go ahead and make this solar panel real quick. And I'm going to swap out that generator for that solar panel. So let's see here. Grab this and my silver. Need this for the panels. Let's see what all goes into that. I should know this by now. I've made it so many times. So we get the redstone and the wood. Alright, so we've got a couple of quests done. Let's go ahead and claim our rewards for that one. And we should have the hammer time done. Oh, we get. And I am going to go ahead and drop this dust right in there. Now this one also has upgrades for speed and for luck. I'm fortunate. I'm not sure what advantage fortune would have, but we just dropped this cobble in here and it's going to smash it down for us. And we're about to flop this out. And I believe on the generators, one of the things that I think is nice about them is that they maintain their power. So it's not going to matter because this one's constantly being used up. Let's grab that real quick. And eventually I'm going to get better generators over here. But for now, let's drop this solar panel. I think once we place it on this dirt, if I remember correctly, it'll just stay right there. And should be collecting RF. There we go. Also upgrades that we can put in here. Solar flux. I'd have to look at the upgrades. I think we can put a speed upgrade and a capacity upgrade and different things in there like that. Yep, it stays right in place. And just to show you guys the kind of drops you can get from this fisher, which are nice. Obviously all kinds of fish, but you can get plastics. You can get this is a nice Smite 5 Eternal Compass. One thing I've never done, and you guys can leave a comment and tell me I should know this by now, is if I can take a regular anvil and upgrade my Tinker toys, my Tinker construct stuff. So if we just come over here and look, you can see how everything's not quick, but it's something that I don't have to do any longer. So let's go ahead and swap this out. Let's see, I'm full are these? Yeah, let's go ahead and swap it out. Alright. And obviously eventually it would be nice to have each to have its own power generator. Or once we get the culinary generators. Okay, so let's see, what else can we work on today? Let me go dry this. I do eventually, let me get rid of this screen. I do want to work on my larger mob tower. Let me go grab this book. Let's see here. I think it's this one. Guide to Life in the Void. Alright, so let's just pop through here real quick. The farm I'm going to work on next is, we'll get to it, this right here, the mob farm. We're using this style right here. I want to go to this one, which is a nice for mob drops. They come like crazy. So once I get this up and running, you're going to see a ton of mobs. You'll get a lot of drops and a ton of experience, and it's very easy to kill. What I want to do is eventually set up with some glowstone lamps and get the get it so that they only spawn, like, I would probably have them set the daylight sensors up so at night it would actually light up in there enough to the point where no mobs would spawn, because the drops are so plentiful that they just stack up inside of there. And one thing for some reason with this is they seem to get loose. So let me get everything together I need for this. I think I'm going to make it out of stone, and we will get that kind of set up, and I will be back shortly. Alright, so here is the top of the spawning tower. Just wanted to kind of show you guys what we do next. Is you want to have half slabs up here every other spot, and then that way the mobs cannot spawn spiders. And because it's only too high, we cannot, whoops, I did this wrong. We cannot, let's see here, I would go right there. This is how we do it. I'm trying to remember now. That would be right there. We can't spawn Enderman, and we don't want to spawn spiders because the spiders will clog up the drainage system. There we go. I think I got it now. Start back over here. And then on top, just so we don't have anything spawning on top, we're going to put half slabs for the roof. At some point I may decide to change that out. I haven't decided yet. Mainly because I want to put the day sensors in here. You guys see, once this trap gets up and running, the drops are pretty substantial. Won't really cause a lag, but let's see here. I made this enough. I should have this down pat. Alright, so that should assure that we don't have any spider drops in between. And now we just gotta roof it in. I'm sure this is irritating to you guys too. Let's take the environment sounds down a little bit lower. Well, that didn't help, did it? Weather. Hey, that might help if I turn the weather down. There we go, Jimmy. You're learning. A couple more years, I'll have this game down pat. There we go. That's not so bad now, is it? All right, let's get this roof done. All right, so you guys get the general idea. Let me pause here, and I'll be back to show you when we get it up and running. All right, looks like I've got pretty much everything done now. I'm going to take out these torches, and we're going to hop down. I'm going to show you guys how quick these mobs will spawn in here. And then you notice we've got the water trenches. I'll carry the mobs down to the drop, and this is 22 blocks high. So when they hit the bottom, it should be a one-hit kill. Use up less food and energy to kill them. And the drops are pretty substantial as far as the amount of mobs that will spawn. Spawn rates are pretty incredible. So let's get up out of here. Go back up and take out this ladder. Seal that off. I'm going to seal this. And let's see, what can we do here? Grab a bucket of this water. Take the water elevator down. And some slabs up under here. Looks like I have some. Let's take out this gravel. See, the drops are already happening so much so I can't even get my. Let's get this in there. There we go. All right. Eventually I'll get some hoppers in here too. I just kind of want to get this up and running. The other thing I'm going to do, I don't know how that happens, but they seem to always get loose. So I'm just going to put this back up. Get some carpet for the jump over. And that is our mob tower, which will give us a lot more drops. It'll be easier to use, and it will give us, we'll have to use less energy and food to kill them. Alright, so let's go look at the book here and see what we got, what direction we should go next. There we go. I put everything up when I went to make that. I've fallen so many times making those spawners. Let's see where we are in here. We've got all this to kind of do. The void box is easy to do. Workshop table, I think we'll do those next. Like I said, we really need to get this power up and running. So culinary, steam, dynamic power, hand pump, all that needs to kind of get going. And the mob hunter, I forgot to show you guys this. So there's some repeatable quests in here. Just different zombies, and then once we claim this, it's repeatable. So it restarts. And that one's repeatable. And the slime slaying is repeatable. I do eventually want to get these pointy sticks going, kind of surround this mob drop, because for some reason on this, and I still haven't figured out why, we do get some mobs that form, either they form outside of it or somehow they get out of it. Now there's some dark areas up there, so I'm not sure exactly where they may form at. But let me go get a piece of carpet for that. Get some more fences and we'll kind of get this wrapped up. Some more fences. Let me grab my backpack. Let's see what we got in the backpack. Must have used most of those fences up. Let's see here. Got some carpet. I don't know why it is either. I kind of just like the look of that setup. Like I said, we should be seeing. If you guys go too high, you'll end up having them die when they hit the ground, which we may be at that point. It's like the creepers over there. And also witches float down, so they are not one hit kill. Just look at the amount of kills we get from this. It's crazy. Fix something here real quick. Hostile. See, I figured it out this time. I got it right the first time. Just throw some stuff over so I can start getting some of these drops. Figure this all out later. And that's, you can see why we need a hopper down here. I wish we had that mod where we had the auto hopper. But eventually what we're going to do here is, like I said, I'm going to get it set up with some daylight sensors up there. See, like this guy, where'd he come from? Did he fall out? I don't know where he came from. He should be able to spawn up there because there's plenty of light levels are high enough that he should not be able to spawn. He can't spawn on top. Because of the fact that it's all half-lives up there, so I see them appear every once in a while. So this time I'm gonna fence these in so they can't spawn and I can't fall. guys, as you can see, the drop rate is crazy. That's why I want to get those daylight sensors in. Hopefully, then go through the night. Kind of help with those drop rates, so it's not so crazy. Not that I'm upset about it. Alright. I'm going to leave this mob farm spawner up too until I can get my conveyor belts up and running. Then we can raise this up to a level 3 and allow Endermen to spawn in there, and then we can use the conveyor belts to bring them down. So I'm going to call this an episode. We're going to continue to work on some more of the automation, get some of those power things up and running, and we will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.